Do stay with us. This is a live Channels television event.
The old Naira note. Now, if you now say, look, the issue of 1,000 Naira notes and 500 Naira notes can no longer be used, only the 200 Naira notes. That in essence saying that you have forgotten that the highest court of the land has made a temporary pronouncement. And I thought when the president would have said, well, this matter is in court. The Supreme Court has said, do not do anything that will affect the use of the old notes. And so I think that that's not the proper thing. I am not quite happy about that. What I thought, that look, we want to obey what the Supreme Court has said. And that is what I thought, what the president would have come out to Nigerians and said, look, because the Supreme Court has said this, we will not interfere, and so let the old currency still be in circulation. So,
this then as a direct disobedience by the president of the Supreme Court.
You see, again, this also tells us how we do not respect or obey the rule of law. At this level, the advisors of Mr. President would have said, listen, this matter is subject to litigation. Any step you took will one way or the other affect what is in the Supreme Court. And so, Supreme Court having given an interim order, we should have waited for it. As far as I'm concerned, this is a complete interference, which is not good for our system, for our democracy.
The federal government is proposing an out-of-court settlement regarding this issue.
Until that out-of-court settlement is done, we must respect the decision of the Supreme Court. Until that settlement is carried out, then they go back to the court and say, look, we have settled. There's no need again for us to be in court. And then it will be taken down that, yes, out-of-court settlement is allowed. Until that is done, there's nothing anybody can do about it. So the issue of only 200 notes still to be in circulation, for me, is neither here and nor there. If they had pulled out of court, then the president could come in. But having not put out from court, and that interim order still subsists, we should obey it to the letter.
A lot of people have said that this is a simple economic policy, but has become submerged in politics. At the level of the governors, for instance, there are divisions among them. Some are in court, some are criticizing those who are in court, and all of that. Do you read politics into this all along? Because some people will point out that it is not the core mandate of the Central Bank of Nigeria to want to do what he wants to do. I mean, check the use of money in politics. That's not the core mandate of the CBN.
You see, the timing is very critical. You see, why would people not read the millions to know that it's political? This is a political period, right? This is a policy you think that would help the economy, right? Okay. Nothing has stopped you since last year to have even introduced it. I said, listen, from that social period, we are giving you 1 year, grace to be able to, bump up the old currency note. The argument they had made, why I say it is political, where it's going to stop vote buying. And I've always asked this question: how will you stop vote buying, for example? How? How will you stop vote buying? And in any case, when people talk about vote buying, where does this vote buying take place? When security agencies say, oh, we witnessed, or EFCC say we witnessed and we are going to stop vote buying, what is the strength of EFCC? Take, for example, my state has 7,000 units, for example. If you take the entire staff of EFCC, add up to 7,000. I'm just talking about only River State. So it is impossible. How many of these areas can you go? You only can come to the city. How many of them can go to the rural areas? How many of them can go to the riverine areas? So I don't believe.
Your Excellency, taking that away from politics now, would you see some level of sincerity of purpose within, considering the fact that the federal government has been working towards the cashless policy?
Like I said, the timing is key. You may have a good intention, but as at the time you started, certainly people will impute a lot of reasons why you are doing at that point in time. So we must consider the issue of timing. A lot of people may say, oh, it is good to help to fight corruption. I don't believe so. As far as I'm concerned, I believe that this policy is targeted at some people. As far as I'm concerned, I may be wrong.
Will you be one of the people?
I may be wrong. That cannot affect us at all. What are we going to do vote buying for? What we have done in this state is very clear. You can see that the people are with us. What are we going to do about vote buying? People, you see, when you are not sure of yourself, when you know that the people are not with you, then you want to say, okay, I'll use the money to bulldoze my way. In this state, who would say that we have not done anything for the people to have confidence in us and vote for the candidates that we want? So, for us, we don't even bother about it. The only problem I have is the suffering of the masses. That is where I look at.
That's the reason given by your colleagues who went to the Supreme Court. And I'm surprised that you are not part of it.
No, we are going to find a different suit. And it will be had, and the Supreme Court said they will consolidate all those matters.
And they took on the same issue.
Yes, yes.
So what is River State complaining about?
Well, it's the same thing, but in a different way. So every lawyer has his own technique. We had wanted to join, our legal team said no. If we go by this way, we may not get what we want. So they prefer to file a different issue for coming from a different background, you know.
So what's the claim in that suit?
Well, I've not been able to fully read the entire brief. Of course, you know how busy we've been in this campaign. Yeah.
I'd like you to speak to this, Governor Wike, because there are different angles to it. There are some who have said, well, Nigeria has been facing security challenges, lots of security challenges. I mean, just recently we had to combat fuel crisis, fuel scarcity, varying in the prices. That crumbled businesses, households, and all of that. Nigerians have had to face power issues. And for those people, they think that this energy they're seeing from particularly governors regarding the Naira redesign, the Naira swap, they didn't see that same energy on issues that have affected Nigerians perennially. In fact, the recent one being the fuel scarcity. And they think that because the point he made, that this directly affects the monies stashed by politicians to prosecute elections. So I'd like you to speak to that point. That is there sincerity really for governors to pursue this?
I have always said this. When you say money stashed, it means you have an information that money is being stashed. And if you have an information, as security agencies, nothing stops you to say, listen, we are aware that politician A or politicians A, B, C have stashed money so place. What stops you for going to arrest those people that have stashed so much money? See, I don't believe in this. You know, you want to do something, you find every reason. It is not correct. And you see, when people want to justify all their actions, we are doing it because politicians have stashed money. You have those facts. Who are these politicians that have stashed money for election purposes? Where are this money kept? It is within the confines of security agencies to say, listen, we are aware that so much of money is being kept here, right? So what stops you from going to raid the area? Why do you do something at the end of the day? You are suffering the poor people. Any policy that you want to improve on the welfare of the people, well accepted. But if you are saying that this in the long run will help, we are not saying, look, you don't need to do. We are saying timing is of essence. And not to say within 3 months. Take, for example, the money you are even talking about is not available in the bank. Right? I have money, for example, in the bank. I go to the bank, they say no, there's no money. So what's the essence?
So even you can't access your funds?
How will I access? Am I not the same thing? It's not the same thing. How will you access? So it is not because you're a governor. There's a policy, like they say, for government. You can't even withdraw more than 500,000, right? Now, as an individual, you can withdraw social amount of money. We're even saying that even the one the law allows you to withdraw, you can get it. Of what sense is that?
And this is what is making Nigerians to be uncomfortable, and of course, in many cities we've seen an ugly of violence. But we've not seen something like that in Port Harcourt.
Is it your prayer? Is it your prayer?
Excellency, we actually had a case yesterday where people went to the streets protesting about from the new Naira policy issue. We'd like to know how you were able to tackle that, because we just had it just in a particular area and in no time it was off.
Well, again, it depends on how you're able to communicate with your people. For us, we have spoken to our people that it is not targeted. It does not affect only us here. It's a general thing, right? And two, also, I give thanks to God. You know, sometimes you begin to wonder when some people, you know, say that these are states that are likely to violence and this and that. You find out that, look, it's not as if there's any magic, right? I can speculatively say that, oh, well, this is the magic that we use, but that God has been so kind to us that when people expect that this is what is going to happen, it does not happen that way. So I can't tell you that there's any particular magic. Well before now, we have been able to communicate with our people. We have been able to speak to them that they have to be patient and see how the whole thing, the whole event will, you know, turn around. So that's the only thing I can say about it.
What scenarios do you see playing forward regarding this Naira notes? That people are becoming frustrated across the country. Will the governors come to rescue the situation? Are you taking a stand as the governors forum? But what scenarios do you see playing forward?
What we have been trying to avoid is a situation where in doing this kind and carrying out this policy, it does not turn out to be something that will lead to violence, anarchy, and the rest of it. And at that point in time, it may lead to cancellation or postponement of the election for one reason or the other. That's what we've been afraid of. And if it continues that way, the likelihood, and this now comes to where some people are saying, all these things are targeted for people to be angry and to be violent, and at the end of the day, election will not take place, where they will now come to have an interim government. So these are postulations. And we have to look, we can avoid this at this point in time. What every Nigerian is interested, how elections should be conducted, and the new government to come in.
All right, Your Excellency, that takes us to what happened in River State yesterday. Yesterday, the All Progressive Congress had a presidential rally here, and of course, something very significant happened. The presidential candidate of the APC paid you a courtesy visit, official courtesy visit to Government House. Yes. Now, you've consistently told Nigerians that at the right time, you will tell people of River State who you're supporting or who they should vote for, you know, when it comes to the presidency. Can we therefore consider that as an endorsement of sorts?
You know, I think the press is part of the problem that we're having. First of all, P2B has visited me and paid me call. Wakwaso has been here and paid me call. Why do you think that those visits were not endorsements?
Your Excellency, this is coming just few days, less than...
Because of the time, no, because of the time they are having their rally. He went to Enugu and paid call on the governor of Enugu State when they had their rally.
Your Excellency, you've also had a series of meetings with him.
No, I've had a series of meetings with a lot of politicians. There's nothing been particular about him. I've had a lot of series of meetings with so many presidential candidates. As a politician, everybody wants you to support him or her. You cannot shut your door to talk to people. No. You have to talk to people. It's left for you to decide on what to do. So paying me a visit has nothing to do. It's a matter of courtesy. I am coming to social state. I want to pay custody on the governor. When Obi came, I gave the stadium. I provided all the logistics of transportation. When Kwakwaso came, the same thing. Even when he was going to Bayelsa, I provided all the vehicles.
So have you endorsed any presidential candidate?
It is not your business. It is we as Rivers people. That is our business. You see, and when people say, I will tell Nigerians, I said I will tell Rivers people.
Have you told them?
Of course.
How?
It's not your business. How you communicated to them is not your business.
Okay,
I never said I was going to call the national television. Now,
but you said it on national television. You will communicate.
I said I will communicate to Rivers people, and I have been able to communicate to them.
Okay, sir. What did you tell them?
What is your business?
Can we infer from your body language?
What is the body language?
Whereas you'll be busy cheering at the presidential candidate of your political party.
Cheering? What do you mean by cheering?
We're not giving him any breather of some sort.
But there were issues, and we said, you have to solve this problem. There's no two ways about it. It's not about me. It's about where I say, look, this is what has happened. This is what we do. If you don't want us, it's okay. That's what we said. And nothing wrong. There are no two ways about it.
You do have some soft spot for Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, somehow.
How?
I'm asking.
What do you mean? So I have soft spot for virtually every human being.
Including your presidential candidate.
What do you mean by soft spot for him? He's a candidate of my party.
So you have a soft spot for him?
I don't understand the word soft spot.
But you just said that you have soft spot for everybody,
So
meaning that you actually understand.
If I say for every human being, is it not a human being?
Okay.
The reason is very simple.
Yes.
Here in Rivers State, it's been a cat and mouse game between your party
Yes.
and the APC. But maybe because of...
How? When you make a count and match between our party and the APC?
Between the PDP and the APC.
How?
You know that's a fact.
I don't know. You just tell me how.
Because
Just
the APC
yes.
happens to
Start
be
one example.
The APC happens to be perhaps the only opposition front in
Okay,
Rivers State
okay.
to the PDP.
Okay.
And so to that extent, in the
Okay.
last over 7 years, it's been a cat and mouse game between you and the APC.
Yes.
But maybe because of Bola Tinubu,
Yes.
who suddenly started waving the olive branch in the direction of the APC. You allow them the use of the stadium to campaign and all that.
You see, that is the
And
problem.
he's free of charge.
That is the problem we have. Are you saying because it's an opposition party, therefore, if they apply to use a stadium, a public facility, I should not make it available?
That hasn't been your posture all along.
How? I've never denied anybody. All I have said that if you want to use public facility, you have to apply and pay a certain deposit. It is within my powers to waive it. When PDP applied, I did not collect money. I said free. When Labour Party applied, I did not collect, the state did not collect money. When APC applied, they would not collect money.
Yeah, but the PDP was refused using
No, it's not
initially,
no,
and before
yes,
the waiver
yes.
came.
Now, you see,
Was that an afterthought?
Now, you see, we gave the stadium to them. And you don't expect that you will give the stadium 20 days to the time, denying other people of the use of the stadium. I don't know, the so-called their chairman of the presidential campaign council said, forced himself to the stadium 1 month ahead. Who does that?
Isn't it first come, first served?
No. Even if we are giving you the place to use it tomorrow, we'll give 48 hours to have access. You cannot go and have a month to. That is not allowed.
A month to the campaign.
A month to the campaign. How? What of others who want to use it before that period? It is not done. You see, people try to violate rules. The whole issue, I do know that those who are organizing that rally were not prepared. At the Kiyama Stadium is a 40,000 seating capacity. So they know they have no capacity to fill that stadium. They're all looking for opportunity to say that, oh, we don't want to have cancelled the rally of security ground. What security ground? What security ground? All of us know our limits. We know those who have the capacity to mobilize people. And it would have been a shame if they had come for that rally. The whole world would have seen how empty the so-called team they have here.
You mean the PDP?
The so-called team.
The PDP
Your
presidential
party.
team.
Your party.
No, the presidential team.
Okay. Presidential campaign.
Our party, we're not part of the presidential campaign team. We're not part. They did not consult us, nobody told us. And we say we will not participate. We made it right from time. The chief of an integrity group said, we will not be members of this if this is not corrected.
Your Excellency, apart from the allegations of insecurity from your party, the PDP, other political parties have also raised such concerns.
The SDP, for instance.
First of all,
The APC as well.
first of all, it will be madness. It will be those who said insecurity, as far as I'm concerned, are insane. You don't.
Excellency, we have seen pictures, we have seen.
I'm coming. Let me tell you. What is the problem? The law says you cannot use a public facility without approval. And you want to impose yourself on that. If you want to use a school, school is public institution. You can go to a private place to do it if you want to. And you are saying that you will not apply. Government will resist it. Take, for example, this is a secondary school. You want to do a rally here. In doing that rally, sometimes they fight. In course of that fighting, they destroy facilities. All kinds of pure water littered all over the places. Who will go and clean up this after a rally? No, tell me. And government says deposit 5 million naira. So that if you have destroyed anything or including sanitation, government will use that to pay those who will clean up the environment. And you are saying no. And go, it's okay. You can go and choose private places, halls. Government will not stop you. That is just the whole issue. You cannot, from whatever, okay, why do you apply to use the stadium? Why would you not apply to use primary schools that are public institutions? You see, when people refuse to obey the law, what do you expect? And why is it every time somebody always says, I was threatened? Listen, go in Port Harcourt. All their posters are there. Their billboards are there. Who have ever gone one day to destroy the billboards?
Your Excellency, they've also come out openly to accuse you
Yes.
that you are behind the violence.
Look, violence against who? Violence against who?
Against them, and they have also complained that you are not allowing them to campaign.
How will you not allow them to campaign? Did the APC not campaign yesterday? The Labour Party not campaign here? I have told you that you cannot use public facilities without approval. I have always said that. Have they not been campaigning? Have they not been going to halls to hold their meetings and rallies? But if you want to use a public facility without approval, we'll stop it. That is all.
But pardon me, you've publicly said that other parties shouldn't bother campaigning, not once, not twice, that there's no point campaigning, that the PDP
What that means?
For a lot of people, that's tacitly saying, hey, this is not...
No. Then you are in different meanings. When you say there's no need to campaign, because you know that this state, based on what we have done, it will be difficult for any party to win our party in this state. So why are you bothering yourself campaigning? Rivers people have confidence in us. So when I said there's no need of you campaigning, does not mean you should not come to campaign. All we are saying is that your campaign will not yield anything. That is the point I'm trying to make.
How can you be so sure? It's democracy.
Oh, we are not
People
saying,
have a chance to listen to all the candidates.
No, that's why I said you're getting it wrong.
All right.
When I said there's no need of you coming to campaign, what that means is that, what are you going to tell Rivers people? That today say, why would you vote for us?
They have their manifestos.
What manifestos? They all do ourselves. This is the time that they have seen a government that says, we are going to do this, and he has done it. We are going to do this, and he has done it.
Your Excellency, would you say you've done it all and there's nothing else to do?
No, that's not the point. That's not the point. But people are satisfied. Even if you stay here for 40 years, there will still be issues, problems. But the point is, for the first time in a democracy, governance, people are now beginning to have confidence that, who is this? Is it an average Nigerian politician who will come and tell you one story, at the end of the day, he does a different thing? So you mean that people can say they will do this and they go ahead and do it? Is it real? That's what we have shown in this state. And it has never happened. Concrete. Mr. Governor said, we are going to do this. In any local government I go to, simple question. Did I tell you I was going to do this? Yes. Have I done it? Yes. Did I tell you I was going to do this? Yes. Have I done it? Yes. Did I tell you I was going to do this? Am I doing it? Yes. Before now, mention a government that will tell you something, politician that will tell you something, and it's been carried out to the letter. That is a different thing we have shown in this state. That actually, if you are committed, if you really want to do something for your people, you can do it. Take, for example, the issue of Trans-Calabari Road has been a political issue. No government that comes without telling the people of Calabari, I'm going to do Trans-Calabari Road. When I came, I told them, listen, I'm going to carry out the first phase of Trans-Calabari Road. People thought it was a joke. As I speak to you today, it's a reality. Why? Communities, about 6 communities, they have never seen road in their life. Kakama, Minama, Sangama, Angulama, all kind of communities. The day I drove to those communities, you can see the joy radiating in their faces, happiness. You mean today we have road connected to other communities. So this can be a reality, right? So there are things that have been impossible, or people may claim to be impossible, that today we are made it to be possible. So when I say that no, you coming here to campaign, what that means that we are quite on ground. We are being accepted based on our performance. And to clear it all, take for example, I'm an opposition party. You know what it takes for a president to say in terms of infrastructure, to say, I recognize you, you've done well as an opposition party. And then you are coming, the same party is coming to campaign. What would the party tell them in the state? When the leadership of your party has acknowledged the performance of the opposition. So what are you going to tell the people?
That they can do better? Even if it is that?
No, they are not even saying they can do better. They are saying that we have not done anything. That is indicting their president too.
Yes, but some have also complained of some level of high-handedness.
In terms of high-handed, how? In terms of what? How?
For instance, after the PDP presidential campaign council rejected the offer of the use of the state.
They did not write to me.
They went to another place.
No.
They wanted to build on their own.
Okay, let me tell you. That's what. Okay, no. You see, that's why people carry all kinds of propaganda. I tell you, when people are not prepared to do something, they find excuses. They never wrote to us that they are going to reject or they have rejected. We wrote to them. So I expected that they should have written to us, no, we are no longer taking that place. First of all, we have the policy of presidential rally in this state. All presidential rallies must take place in the stadium. One, in order to avoid stampede. You don't go to a small field to hold presidential rally. You know what that would be. So we put every presidential rally, we have 2 stadiums. General Yakubu Gowon Stadium and Adokia Mesmeka Stadium. Adokia Mesmeka Stadium takes up to 40,000. While General Yakubu can take up to 16,000. So it is easier, and in terms of control, to use those 2 facilities. Now, what happened? Inside the city, there's a line in dispute between government and Intel. In fact, government had even revoked that property before then. How was it revoked? Intel got that land 19 years ago and refused to develop that property. Intel used that land and took loan. Instead of developing that property, they used that loan to do some other things. And government said, listen, how can you use our property we give out? You are not developing the place. You use it to take a loan. Government had to revoke it. Somehow, You know, people like to play politics. These miscreants force themselves there to use the place as, I said, well, how would this be? We have given you the Mega Stadium. Why are you not using that place? We will not allow rally to take place inside this area. That was all.
Pardon me, when you say intels, you're referring to the company association?
Yes, yes.
The presidential candidate of your...
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know whether he has interest there. I don't know. All I'm talking about intels. So I won't say what I do not know. They never wrote to us to say, look, we are no longer using the stadium. And inside the city, how do you control the traffic? How? But the whole thing was that they had no capacity to fill the Mega Stadium. And that would have exposed them. So in order to make a cover, let's go and use that place. Unfortunately, government cannot allow that place. For Christ's sake, there are rules and regulations. You cannot tell me because you're a PDP member, therefore, you cannot obey simple rules. You don't do that. Somebody's in charge of the state. There cannot be two governors at the same time. You cannot.
Is that what informed the use of force? Because one of the leaders, former minister Abiy Sekimo, pointedly accused you that you were the one behind the attack on him when he visited that the policemen he saw drove in the direction of your house, that these are policemen.
Where is my house? Do you know where this is? This is having more than, this is my house, this is where I live. This is where I live. This is about 15 kilometers away. And at what time?
Say in the night?
What time in the night? 1 a.m. in the night. That's why you saw the police move. And then you saw with them driving towards my house. You see, people are just known. If you not be a second, if you not be a second, if you are talking about violence, check the Assurance panel report. Justice Kayode Assurance report. Who did he indict? About this sponsor of cultism. It's a second. Go and read the panel's report. Well, have I been indicted of sponsor of cultism? No. Judicial panel, I was not the one who set it up. So, how could anybody say that? You have heard before, and the point is that when this happens, you won't go and report to police for police to be able to investigate. You are when Senator Lee made an allegation. Police said, come and make statement. He ran away. You know, all kinds of things, manner of things. They believe that the only way the presidential candidates can be happy with them is to show that we have been the one challenging Wike. We have been the one going on news to challenge Wike. That is the only thing. As we have come, have they gone anywhere to campaign for the presidential candidate? Have you seen any billboard of the presidential candidate? These are people who claim supporting. They give them money, they collect the money, and put it in their private pocket. They go back and say, Wike does not allow us. I mean, the billboards, are they owned by government? You have come to Port Harcourt. You have seen Port Harcourt. Why couldn't they at least pay for the billboards?
We've seen reports that some people who were trying to put out campaign materials were attacked and
where?
I mean, those reports are out there, and
people
have spoken to that. But
where?
Your Excellency, the point is, because all of this is building up towards the elections, and I was reading through a particular report, International Crisis Group, and it lists River State as second to Lagos as one of the major hotspots for violence, possible violence in these elections, cites different reasons. The bad blood between, and let me just list the points so you can answer comprehensively. You know, the bad blood, the back and forth between the G5 integrity group and the presidential candidate, or the leadership of your party, the PDP. It has talked about some of the violence, saying that you sought to intimidate PDP leaders in the state to remain aligned to him. Talked about some of the attacks. So I want you to speak to that, because a lot of people have apprehension that this election in River State might be violent.
It is not correct. Like I've told you, you see me campaign every day. I'm going to tie local government now. By Saturday, we will have finished 23 local government. We have never had any incident of violence. Have you ever had? Most cases we did on live. for Nigerians to see. You know, like I said, when people are not prepared to do something, you can see all kinds of excuses. Okay, let me tell you an incident that happened last time. When people try to create a scenario that does not exist. 2014, if I remember vividly, or 20 years, I think towards 2014-15. You remember there was an incident that where they said Senator Margaret was shot? You remember? Okay. Tell all of us, where is the report, where is the doctor report that the person, why was he shot? Let any person come and say, look at the report, look at the doctor's report, he was shot. We treated him. You also know they claim that he was flown to London. Which hospital? These are things people create to have an impression that things are not going on well. I pitied Margaret when he said state-sponsored terrorism. You can use any language you want to use. Where are they destroying his billboards? Go and see the whole of Port Harcourt. You see his billboards everywhere. He said, oh, in his senatorial district. But in Port Harcourt, nobody destroys it. It's only your senatorial. When you have some internal problems amongst you, why not be able to sort your internal problems? Why do you shift it to the state? There's nowhere you can say you will not have an incident of clashes or one or two. That does not generally mean that the state is not safe. No, no, no. There's no any time anybody can say, mention one state in this country today where you cannot say we have had this incident of crisis. To mention one state. Does that generally mean that if an incident occurs, it means that that state is not safe? Certainly not.
So
These are
Nigerians at this election.
not the question of assuring. Not the question of assuring. The only way we have had incident of crisis during election was when the military came to invade and people had to resist it. You watch it on video. Even 2019, you had when women were naked to prevent the security agencies of carrying the ballot boxes and the election materials. So people can say, you won't do this. And in resisting that, that could lead to violence.
Your Excellency, you are one man who has kept faith with the PDP. You've been there from the beginning. You stood firm. When the big wigs, some of them who consider as big wigs, left the PDP, you stayed. And then when the primaries were to be conducted, you openly told Nigerians that whatsoever becomes of the outcome of the primary, they expect to over you. You went through the primaries and contested as well. Now, Your Excellency, do we say there is more to your reaction after the primary?
You see. You know, I have had a lot of people say, oh, Wike said he was going to abide any acting that are coming. What does that mean? You have promised us you are going to do transparent election. And believing in that promise, I have to say yes, I will obey. Now, you watch what happened in that election. Every candidate or every aspirant has spoken and gone to sit for the voting to commence. Just for us to hear the time of the electoral panel, there's an announcement. What announcement is it? An aspirant has come up. I have looked at this, I looked at this. I'm hereby stepping down. He did not end by saying it, I'm no longer, I'm withdrawn from the race. He went further, that they should vote for so-so person. Even that alone is subject to litigation. But as a law-abiding party member, I didn't go to court. We are finished campaigning. We are in process of voting. You allowed another person to come and say, go and vote for so-so person. What does that mean? But we allowed it. Ordinarily, I would have gone to court. I didn't go to court.
That is what worries some Nigerians.
So, now,
because we saw your reaction just after the vice presidential candidate was finally selected.
Well, what was my reaction? You know, people don't like to follow what has happened. When after the primaries on Saturday leading to Sunday, on Monday the presidential candidate came to see me in my house in Abuja. Right? Came to see me in my house in Abuja. The first thing he told me that, look, the national chairman has to go. Why? Because it would not be fair that the presidential candidate from the same zone, the chairman from the same zone. And I said, look, this is an agreement. Even before then, the national chairman had said, if the presidential candidate comes from his zone, he was going to resign. Now, this is what it has happened. So why not do what you have agreed on? We met with the presidential candidate. You see, when you want to be a leader, one thing about leadership is integrity comes in. You must be able to honor on issues you have agreed with people. We met in London, all of us, with his own governor. And he told us yes. He confronted the national chairman, and he said yes, he made that statement. And he agreed with us that the national chairman had to go. But that we should give him 1 week to work out. We didn't hear it again. Come on. How do you expect me at this time, as little as it is, you won't honor what you have told us? They start bringing excuses. Then what then happens when you become? You see, these are issues I cannot comprehend. No matter how anybody looks at, people can give all kinds of excuses. Oh, because he was not giving 5%. Come on, what is that?
You've been on this issue. You've been on this issue since.
I have said it all the time. Yes, now, and it was still there. It's not correct. It's not correct. See, what people do not understand.
Others are busy fighting their own.
No, what are they fighting? What are they fighting? You see, some of you, it is not in every system. You have strategy. There are people who should do the talking. There are people who will be quiet. So it's not, you see, my own approach does not mean it should be the same approach. But we know what all of us have agreed.
All the five of you have
of course. Now mention, who has ever attended the rallies?
Among the
Yes, mention one. You see, look, what we do not understand, even before any good governor received him in government house, we said, do that. What's wrong? People started posting. We laughed. So we cannot tell you what is the approach. Forget about people. 25th is coming. 25th is here. 25th is here.
Just 9 days.
9 days. Everybody will see it.
Is it time enough for you to see, make final last-minute deals?
No, we can't do that again. It's over.
It's over.
It's over.
Between you.
We have said it that not anybody can do about it now. They believe that they have won elections, so they don't need us.
When you mean it's over, you work against his interest.
I told you, I'm not ready to sit down again with anybody. That's not. You know what you want to interpret.
All right, Mr. Governor, for the G5 governments, as much as you say you are united, are you also united towards a presidential candidate?
That is not for you to know. We should not reveal everything to you. We won't tell you.
If we rule out the presidential candidate of your party because of the SAR relationship, that leaves at least 3 front runners. As a politician, what's of this? Or what's of permutation?
Permutation how?
At least 3 front runners are left.
Yes.
If we remove the presidential candidate of your party,
yes,
with whom you have already said, Father, bye-bye, no way. So that leaves 3.
Yes.
Which of them are you endorsing?
What is your business?
Well, let me rephrase.
What is that? It's not a secret ballot. It's a secret ballot.
Let me put it this way, Your Excellency. So, I mean, people know you as a forthright person. A lot of people want to listen to Governor Wike because they expect he speaks truth to power. Yes. You can't, hold him back or say this is what you say. You can't teleguide him. Yeah. So they are surprised that the same you. I mean, you've been campaigning for your governorship candidate in the open. In fact, you're wearing a shirt and a face cap that says who you're supporting.
That is my governor.
And it's open.
Yes.
So they're wondering, are you scared to not want to reveal that person? Because you're free to reveal the person you're supporting for governorship, but why not for president? Are you scared?
Let me tell you. So the mere fact I have not said so makes me not to forthright again. You see, the friction of forthright is because you want me to say something at the time probably or the way you want me to say it.
No, you have your trend.
No. You are making, see, in every war you go, there are different strategies you adopt. It cannot be the same strategy every day. It can be. Assuming if you want to do that, you can also review your strategy. Assuming do not consider that this is the strategy I wanted to adopt. Nothing stops me coming back. Is this right now? Why not do it this other way? So I don't owe you to tell you the strategy I will adopt. That I have adopted a strategy of speaking my mind every day does not mean, as far as this one now is concerned, that is also the same way to follow. But what is important is whether you are going to achieve the result which you have outlined to achieve.
But the truth is, I mean, you're not just speaking to us, you're speaking to Nigerians, Rivers
people.
But
everybody knows that. My people here know. Rivers people are aware. And that's my own concern. My primary constituency is Rivers State.
Okay.
And you've told them who
and they all are aware where we are heading to.
So speak to this, because for a lot of people now, the thinking, the permutation is you may have played yourself out of relevance. They're thinking, Governor Wike, yes, maybe last year, I mean, a lot of people was courting him as the beautiful bride, but now with the way things are going, I mean, he has not maintained that tempo. They think you may have played yourself out of relevance. Do you agree with them?
Who is more relevant? Mention anybody in PDP that's more relevant than me.
Even your presidential candidates?
Who is more relevant? Are they not looking for me? If I'm not relevant, why are you looking for me? How many presidential candidates have come to see me if I'm not relevant? It is not to appear on Arise television that makes you relevant. It's not to appear on channel that makes you relevant. Who is going to command? Who has the full ownership to give the vote? Is it not on record in this country? From 2015 to 2019, APC never had 25%. Even when they had a seat, who was their DG? It's on record. So it is not a question of you talking. We will see what will happen. Relevance is what can you contribute.
You have that.
That's what we call relevant. You are not relevant. See, so many people in PDP, take for example, there's one man in Yobe State, since 1999, PDP has never won anything. But these are people who will talk and you say they are people relevant. What makes you relevant? You can't win your state. What makes you relevant? When you cannot produce a senator. What makes you relevant? When you cannot produce a House of Rep member. Why should relevant be? Because you appear on television. Because Arise calls you to come and talk about the Wike. That is what makes you irrelevant. Relevant is to what you can produce to give to the party. As I sit here today, first of all, and I challenge anybody, whether we are not going to win the 3 senatorial seats.
Going by that trend.
That is relevant.
So going by that trend, just to add, that means that, because the PDP has always delivered, River State has always delivered for the PDP. So going by that trend, people will say, why does the presidential candidate need you when naturally your people will vote for the PDP?
Will not continue that way. You have all the one that River States have been winning, so what have we got to from it? Tell me. Tell me. Is it the right?
Wouldn't it take political maneuver to achieve what we are trying to achieve? On the minds of the people against a party that they have always voted for at all levels and across all.
That is why people talk about confidence. You see, when you have built yourself to the level where people have confidence in you, people know you won't tell them lies. It is only when people see you, they don't trust you. They know what you're telling them now. As you move, you do a different thing. Look, as far as this state is concerned, I have fought battles for this state. Take, for example, you know our problem with Igbo State. I stood firm. We went to court. We won those oil wells. The same thing with Bayelsa. Before I came, the government was paying money to Bayelsa over Soko oil well. I said, no, it's our oil well. I went through it. I fought for it, and we won. Right? Now, if you look at all my level issues and the rest, so people begin to say, and look at the achievements I've made. Look at the achievements I've made. On Monday, which has never happened, how many months do I have? I'm still awarding contracts to reputable firms like Julius Berger. Who does that?
Why now, Your Excellency?
Why? This is when I've seen the money coming. The demand for I'm going to leave 2-3 months does not mean I should not continue with my work. People are still happy.
The money wasn't there all along?
But that's what I've been doing. I've been doing all kinds of projects. Who has commissioned projects I have commissioned in this country? I did not only commission projects. I'm bringing people from outside. You come and commission. Not the question of maybe some of these television. They say that it's not correct. These are old. People should come and see. It is on record. It is not. It's unbeatable. I beat my chest to say it. It's unbeatable. And as I'm living, first of all, I'm finishing well. I'm living with my shoulders high. I'm proud to say it.
You got out of government house.
I've never stayed government house for the past 2.5 years. I've left government house 2.5 years ago.
The question really,
what is it?
need to
what is special about the government house?
Your Excellency, the question really that I need you to answer,
Yes.
more pointedly, is this. Since 1999, 1998, the local government election, up to the 1999 election,
yes.
all of that.
Yes.
These are people whose mind have always been in workplace, PDP, all the way. Are you saying that it's possible for you to convince them that because of just one person, the presidential candidate, they should not...
It is not about presidential candidate. You see, you're making you are personal. Hold on. You are personalizing it.
I'm trying to disagree.
No. You are saying presidential candidate. We have problem with PDP, and until that problem is sorted out, and that we have continued to say that, whether the people will listen to me or not, let us wait till 25th of February. Let us wait and see. But the point remains that
will it not boil down to that it is because of one man that we are asking them to vote this way for presidential election?
Is there any? Did they have agreement with any party? Is there any agreement that this is the party we must be voting for? Is there any agreement like that?
Ultimately, that then makes you guilty of anti-party activity.
What is called anti-party?
Asking people not to vote for your party in a particular election and vote for them.
Were you there? Were you in the meeting? Okay. Let me ask you, when is anti-party? When Jonathan contested in 2015, did you not hear some governors came out and said, we did anti-party? Aloyu Babangida, did you not say that we agreed to vote against Jonathan? Did heaven fall? Why do you think heaven will fall now? I assume so. Who told you that some people have two heads? They can do anything and get away with it, and others cannot do and get away with it. Who tells you that? Who is the first-class citizen? I mean, you see, this is what I don't like. We have come out, and you see, it pains some of us. Like you said, how many of them could stand for the party? If I was this kind of characters that you cannot do, I know how many negotiations that some of my colleagues were even negotiating with the ruling party.
Yes,
I stood firm for this party. Most of these people now ran away from the party. They ran away, destroyed the party. And come now, you are telling me these are the people that will come and discipline me for anti-party.
Exactly.
Who the hell are these people?
Your Excellency, there have been speculations from several quarters that His Excellency Governor Wike is thinking of leaving thoughts of leaving the PDP. Some had said you were going to the APC Labour Party and all of that. Have you ever given that a thought?
Have I not said it that we are not leaving the party? Yeah. Have I not said it before?
Why?
That we'll still stay in the party and fight what we are fighting. We can leave the party for who? For those who ran away? Buccaneers? Who can do that? We will stay in this party. Rather, they will leave and come again. We will not leave.
If you were to leave the party, what would you do differently?
The issue of leaving the party does not arise. I don't do that. I don't speculate.
Okay. Let me paint a scenario for you.
Just on this,
Okay.
sorry about this. I recall that Mr. Governor, you had always challenged people that nobody can expel you or suspend you from the party.
But there was a time it was reported you sought an injunction preventing the PDP from either suspending you or expelling you as the case may be.
Now, you see, this is why I say to refuse certain things now. There are some things I don't want to reveal. We did what we did for certain reasons. We are also not people who can toy with. We know. Like I told you here, somebody can go on air to say you have been suspended. Right? Wrongly or rightly. Now within that period, certain actions you intend to carry out, you may not carry it out. And I hope you've gotten the picture. We know. And so what we did was to say, hey, you can't do this. You can't achieve this. Because we know where we're headed to.
Would you consider yourself a sacred cow?
For who? Sacred cow how? You know, that is the kind of politics I have seen that nobody talks about integrity in government in politics. Everything is seen as a game. Nobody believes that some people can say, to hell with this, I won't be party to this. Or because they believe that you must be in power for you to be relevant. Look, I had the opportunity to go to Senate. I said, no, you should go to other areas. My area have had it sometimes. You should go to the other area. If I still want to be, if that's what they call relevance, then I would have gone to Senate to still be relevant.
That's part of the mystery of this fight that
that's why you should. That's why you should respect us.
You are not building the safe haven for yourself.
What is the safe haven? What's the safe haven?
That I decided, for instance, that makes you relevant within.
It's not correct. I have told you that relevance,
a kind of political uncertainty.
You see, that is also the mistake most of you make. Must you be empowered to be relevant? Let me ask you one simple question. Take, for example, you talk about Atiku. Since 1999, has it not been relevant? Has he contested election? No, let me see. It is the way you play yourself. It is not about you occupying a position that makes you relevant. It's about the role you play. That's what makes you relevant. Everybody believes that, no, I can't leave power now. Let me go there and stay, hang there. That is rubbish.
So are you attending the Tinubu University of Politics? Are you learning from...
No, the point I'm making, I'm only trying to do an inference that you must not only contest election for you to be relevant. That's the point I'm trying to make. It depends on how you carry yourself, the role you play. So that makes you relevant. I only made an inference so that you know that it's not contesting election all the time that makes you to be relevant. You can be relevant based on the role you play. How the society see you? How your people receive you?
So we expect to see you as the godfather of politics.
Again, there's nothing like godfather. You see, that is why we will also be having problems. For me, what makes me happy today, as I leave office, how will Rivers people see me? What do they think about me? Am I somebody they can trust? That's what makes the whole lot of difference. Can I walk on the streets and not looking back? That's what is important. Or I'll go and carry a platoon of soldiers. No. No.
So something very...
Maybe you'd like to tell us something more about issues leading to the governorship primaries in Rivers State. Some people have said you single-handedly chose or selected your governorship candidate.
You see, that is the problem. That is the problem we have with people. You know, all these people who are saying this, if you check their track record, they have always been like that. I want to start an example. In 2006-07, these same characters were the one who went to Dr. Peter Odele and said, sir, you are a leader. Whoever you choose, whoever you nominate as a leader will follow. Hoping that one of them will be nominated. They started playing the intrigues. When Dr. Peter Odele went for Amechi, The same people who promised they were the first people that struck and wrote petition to EFCC and had the issue of K-leg came, the same characters. Now, in my own time, these same characters came. And we have leadership. We have the chairman of Elders Council. O.C. Jokocha is a member. O.C. Jokocha drafted an agreement which was signed by all of them, that whoever the leaders bring, we don't want our house to be divided. Whoever the leaders bring, we will follow. Again, they started their interests. Some of them will go to as far as, I don't know how they know my friends. They will go and talk to my friends, please, let me be the one to be nominated. These are interests. Now, when the leadership met, not to me, O.C. Jokocha was in that meeting. This character, this Celeste Nomeha was in that meeting. Chief Sergeant Awuse was in that meeting. Ferdinand Alabraba, the chairman of the was in that meeting. We now said, look, this electoral district have never had gubernatorial Rivers West have had, Rivers East have had. And it should go to this electoral district. And in this electoral district, let's go to the riverine area. Right? They started. The same characters. Now they go to Abuja and tell Abuja, I nominated. But the same people want me to nominate them. If I had nominated them, for example, I would have done well. Ask them whether did they sign any agreement that they are going to comply when the leadership of the party say, look, in order not to spend resources, to keep our house together, we don't need everybody to begin to kill ourselves. Let's work as a team. And that was what happened. They will not tell people the simple truth. These are the same characters. You see, what I don't like is you are plotting for you to be the favorite, right? He is plotting to be the favorite. You are plotting to be the favorite. You are plotting. Now, when it doesn't follow you, you come out. Oh, you want to impose somebody on us.
Your Excellency, the choice of your candidate is considered not to be very well politically grounded.
How? Who is well grounded there? Who determines who is well grounded? Look, let me tell you. When I came out in 2014 to 2015, all these same people opposed me. They opposed me. But I had my way. They opposed me. I had my way. Ask them. They have, because of the issue of 2007, they have been having that grudge. But as a politician, I tag along. I play along to keep the house together. That does not mean you're a fool.
Were you a civil servant? Were you a civil servant?
I don't need to be a civil servant before I know the right thing to do. I have worked with civil servants. You see, these politics we are playing. There are some people who just come out, this is the way it is. There are people who will be diplomatic about it. Right? I tagged along everybody. They can't say they've never benefited from the government. They are the major beneficiaries of government. So, but none of them will have the conscience to say anything. And none of them can challenge me publicly. Not one.
Yes, and I asked you if you were a civil servant because many have said your governorship candidate is a mere civil servant.
What is called mayor? What is called mayor? So the law, anybody who is a civil servant has no capacity to govern. It's only you who you claim. You see, somebody who has gotten to the level of accountant general of the state. Yeah. Is somebody you call him mayor. What qualifies them? Simply because they are running around parties. Some civil servants play politics quietly. You don't need to be shouting.
Exactly, that's the point.
People like to shout.
Your Excellency, no doubt, Steve Fubara has been one of those who learned so much under your administration. And well, along that line, you give it to him. But then, when it comes to politics, seems to be a gentleman who doesn't have that little, I don't want to use that.
Do you know that
little madness that every politician should have?
That is the mistake you are making. Some quiet people can be deadly. You see, these are the things.
Will be safe in his hands.
What is wrong with that?
No, I'm asking a question.
What did you say inside? No one man does it alone. You have a team. That I'm doing what it is, not only me. I can't do the whole thing. You have people who work with you to achieve results. So we believe God being on his side, he may even surpass what I've done.
Yeah,
But who are the forces? Let me show who are the forces. Where are they?
Your Excellency, are you not now playing the role of the Godfather?
I'm not, but I will support him to succeed. Succeeding does not mean he should be a godfather. You see, the point people make that you supported somebody to be a governor does not mean you should begin to dictate what the person does. But you can also run away. If he needs your advice, you give one or two advice based on your experience.
You cited an instance of Lagos earlier. Lagos under Atiku had what the state should look like, including projects, including some personalities who should be in certain places. And do you have a blueprint for River State with the love you've shown, with all the projects you're doing, the investments in your state? You have a blueprint.
That's why leadership insisted there should be somebody who has been in government with you, who understands what you are doing in order to follow. You don't need to be somebody who does not understand, who never knew how you started and how you are going to end. So as far as we are concerned, we have a blueprint, and we believe that with him being on board, being part of this government, it will not be difficult to continue where we have stopped. And we believe with that, the state will grow faster.
But what happens if he doesn't follow that blueprint?
Well, I don't believe. But however, it does not mean that people cannot change. You see, he may make amends. He may make amends, but not abandoning it totally, no. Of course, everything is subject to amendment based on reality. But what I don't want to, you know, when people say, I'm putting Simara so that's my third time. Fine. If I put you, it will not be my third time. If I put you, it will not be my third time. But if I put him, it will be my third time. You see, what I don't like in politicians, and that's why I say integrity is lacking. Integrity is lacking. Nobody comes and tells you one thing here and said it. I said this thing this morning, and I stand by what I have said. And that's why people see politicians as us. Not all these politicians, they tell you one thing today, they do, and that's what has happened. And I don't want to see myself in that category. I may be wrong, but let it be that this was what I said in the morning. And I said it in the afternoon. And I'm going to say it in the evening.
But what would you do? How would you react if the governor, after you, doesn't continue with the blueprint?
Will I kill him? He's the governor. He sees more than me. It's his tenure. So if he believes that certain areas of what I did may not be the same way, he's entitled to. Will you go and flog him? Will you go and flog him?
So maybe we should align.
One of the things I show to people is to de-emphasize this attachment about governance, about governor. You see, people are surprised. So many people leave government house even 29th of May.
Some ask for extension.
Some even would like to stay in the guest house. But I said, listen, what is in all this government? What is this?
Perhaps maybe because we have a Camp David that looks bigger than that government house 2 times.
No, it is not that. But mind you, when I was sworn in as governor, I never packed it there more than 1 year. I never. I didn't pack into government house for more than 1 year. For me, it is not about staying in government house. I can stay anywhere and do the work. Frankly speaking, and I'm doing the work.
So perhaps you are building up, you're preparing for maybe a big comeback in 4 years. I mean, you cited the former governor of Lagos State, who has not gone into any elections and is still relevant. So are you preparing for a comeback 4 years, 8 years?
Comeback what?
To presidential ambition. You had a presidential ambition.
You don't know whether you'll be alive then. You are not talking about something future.
Whether or not we plan, I mean, that's what plans are about.
First of all, I'm done by May 29th. I have to take a break. have to withdraw and see what happens. What do I do with my life?
Yeah. What will you do?
That's what I said. I say I have to come back home. I take a break. Then begin to ponder. What do I do? Do I go back to practice? What do I, these are things.
It will be interesting seeing you in court, by the way.
I have not, so that you don't go and say that I promise you that day I'll just so that it will be, so that let it be on record. I have not decided. I'm still talking with my wife and my children. I need their own advice. What do you think? What do you think this? What do you think that? So the issue of 4 years, you want to run for next. This is the problem people are having. How can you contemplate that now? How can you contemplate that when somebody has not even emerged to start? You are not planning yourself to come.
Your Excellency, it's politics. We know these things. But maybe we should align for a moment.
That's again where I say people are wrong.
No, I mean, we've had people say, I had this plan.
You must also bring some integrity to this.
Right.
The point I say, you have not said it's politics. You see, because everybody has this notion, this impression, politicians, they can say this, that. That's what I said, no.
Oh, okay.
That's what I said. We should not have that notion that everybody behaves the same. No.
Right.
No.
Pardon me, just a quick one. Forgive me. I just want to align quickly with the yearnings of people, because you've talked about your viewpoint, I mean, your political activities. But in terms of your choice, you said you have chosen at least...
I have chosen.
No, I'm saying your choice, because you have a vote anyway.
Yes,
you also have a vote.
I voted for him.
Exactly. So you have a choice. You have made it. In fact, you said you've called a meeting of some sort for Rivers people. Some are tweeting and saying, when was that meeting? Because they're not aware of that meeting. But the point, what are the factors
are we doing a direct democracy where the whole community, you call the whole community?
Well, some of the community members say they are not even aware.
How can they be aware? We're talking about leadership meeting. Leadership has, you see, that is the mistake. You think we will knock a town crier. Whoever is everywhere in River State want to meet. Is that the kind of democracy we practice?
So the grassroots leaders are aware?
For them to know, because these are the people
they were all
who go out.
No. So first of all, you mean which people? We thought
Rivers people.
No, this is a party matter. It cannot be the whole Rivers people. This is party matter. Those who participated, they voted.
No, we're talking about the coming election.
Okay, I thought you were talking about the primaries.
Oh, no, the coming election.
Okay.
I'm saying that some community people are saying, we didn't get a memo to that meeting. We didn't hear anything, and they're still shocked.
So,
who?
People, in fact, I just read some tweets to that effect saying,
do you know who that person is?
That we're not even aware of such meeting. So you can say all Rivers people are aware.
Listen. No, I won't do that. That strategy may not be too palatable. Let me tell you. It's our strategy. Now let me tell you. In every politics, you have your foot soldiers.
The 200,000 people.
I don't know. You have your foot soldiers.
That were appointed.
Right? You have your foot soldiers. You strategize, and you send the foot soldiers, and they go. And they tell the people. I'm not going to do a national broadcast. No, there are ways of communication. Not everybody will buy in. After all, some people are in APC. Some people are in SDP. But the larger followers is PDP.
Some say Labour Party is also strong.
I don't know who is strong. Don't bother. It is 25th of February we will know who is strong. You see, the problem again, you people always have is your social media. I've never seen something that can be so misleading. So many politicians are popular. Social media.
I think Labour Party is an example.
I'm not saying that. But how you rate? When I see some opinion polls, I just sit back and say, come on, where are they getting this feedback from?
But your party also uses the social media.
I'm not saying that social media is not good. I think most people are popular in social media than being popular in the grassroots. That's the point I'm trying to make.
Meanwhile, Kayode raised an issue that you didn't
what did you say?
Raised the issue of the 200,000 foot soldiers.
Yes.
And a member of the Atiku Presidential Campaign Council, just 2 days ago, Frank Schwaibo, said the police should investigate the activities of these people. That these are the people.
Please, these are hungry-looking men who think that the only one that can be relevant to the candidate is to talk. Is there anybody today in PDP that wants to be relevant if he does not insult me. To mention one. The only way he can be relevant in PDP now, say something against Wike, then you are relevant. Your Excellency, I gave it to him back today. Some even carry the newspaper. Your Excellency, see what I say. You just laugh.
So you know the workings in presidential candidates camp. You have your people in there that tell you what's
I don't
going
need to have people. I'm a politician. Yeah. I don't need to have people. I'm a politician. Look, let me tell you just what I'm trying to say. Well, River State, you say you're supporting a candidate, for example. We must see the signs. Don't support the candidate just by going to tell him in Abuja. Don't support the candidate by insulting Wike at the addressing press conference. No, go back home. Go to your community. Talk to them. When you are talking to them, we will hear that your campaign is not secret.
Excellency,
as I campaign.
You have said some negative things about this other side.
Who?
In your campaign.
That I've said what?
Negative things.
Like what? No, like what? That's not what I said. That's not correct. Mention one. Is it the one I said, Abia should answer who killed Kidikbo? It's a question I asked him now.
That's practically saying that.
I don't know. I asked a question. No, let me tell you. Let me tell you, in this state, we know who is who. Let us tell ourselves the simple truth. We know who is who in this state. We know those that led to the killings of people in a particular local government.
And you'll be political associates up until...
Listen. That's why, you see, when you know your hands are not clean, be quiet. Be quiet. Don't talk too much so that you don't put yourself into... so that people don't remember the past. So you see, there are some people who just... Look, I have seen Abia say all kinds of things. I came out. I said, listen, why are you talking this? You say, a governor that does not take advice, fine. I said, you're right. If I take advice, I wouldn't have given you, only you, the 2 jobs in your local government. Because I don't take advice. If I listened to advice, I wouldn't have done it. Right? He came out to say, oh, he recommended the company, not that it is his own. Who is he talking to, small boy? Is he talking to a small boy? I mean, you recommended. So you now know the companies that can do work. You now recommend. And you want people to listen to you that. You said, I sent assassins to kill you. I, the governor. What am I going to send assassins to kill you? You came to run governor 2014, 2015. You couldn't. Nobody will vote for you. I won. I'm doing my second tenure. Why am I going to kill you now? To do what? Are you competing with me to be governor? You want to run. You said no. We cannot make you our candidate because you can't even win. You are not sellable. And you said, I sent assassins after you. And I said, look, everybody who knows me in this state, I didn't school overseas. All my universities here. So everybody knows who's who. How could you, of all persons, will accuse me of sending assassins? And you did not go to police to make a report. All these things are just on television. I mean, have you ever seen such a huge offense? Somebody sent assassins to kill you. You did not go to police up to now to make a report and make a statement. All you hear is just on newspaper, social media. Is that the way to do things? Somebody came after your life? The police is only hearing it on you addressing press. I mean, can you take such persistence? So I have to come out to ask him, you that is asking me this, accusing me for nothing. Tell Rivers people who killed this man. Tell Rivers people when you have to be made a minister, somebody wrote a petition against you. The next day the man was shot in his house. Somebody wrote a petition that you are not supposed to be made a minister. Based on your antecedents. The next day, the man was shot in the mouth in his house, in his local government. I said, tell the people who killed this man. I also said to him,
shouldn't that be the job of the police?
No, I said, that's what I'm saying. I said, tell the look.
Why are you
Look.
asking to tell him?
I mean,
The investigation is that he knows those 2 kids.
let him say doesn't know, or he knows.
So you can also say you didn't send assassins to him.
Look, what I'm saying, what I'm saying is, I pose questions, right? There was nothing like that. And even if there was, I couldn't have done that. That's what I'm trying to make. I couldn't have. You see, there must be a basis. Is it a threat to me? I mean, if, okay, he's contending something with me, he's going to be a stumbling block. What is a stumbling block? No, tell me now, what's a stumbling block? What is a stumbling block? Is he contesting now to be governor that he may win? So let me go and kill him so he does not win. So you see, there must be a basis for any action you will take. Tell me, what is it now? When he wanted to run for governorship, I did not kill him so I don't become a stumbling block. It is now we're going to assign people to kill him when I'm leaving office. Is he going to contest? Even if you contest, I'm not still going to contest as governor.
Let me take a quick detour. Pardon me. Yeah.
You seem to know some of these people behind the violent crisis in River State. Are you worried that they are still walking free?
Which people?
You know some of them.
Listen, you see, the problem I have with the security system, and that's why I said sometimes security system or agencies are part of the problem. Take for example, Senator Libby made an allegation that somebody said the governor masterminded. Do you understand? I called the commissioner of police. What have you done? He told me that the senator said he's not coming to River State. And I said, what does that mean? Oh, you're not doing it because you heard the name Senator Lee Meba. But you went on national television and made such an allegation. And you cannot come and make statement. The same thing, this Dr. Bie. Why would police not, gentlemen, this allegation is heavy. Please come. Take his statement. Then begin to investigate. I will surrender myself. But you see, this is the kind of things when I look at. Police, it's when I accuse police of playing hide and seek. Look at the insinuation, look at the accusation. By now, the police ought to have invited the man. Come on. This thing happened. He's not going to make reports. We're just reading it around on social media, on television. Is that the proper thing to do? Why would even IG, having had it, this matter must be investigated? So that if it is not correct, people should stop raising alarm when there's no alarm. I have told you what happens. When people know they are not going to make it, they try to create a scenario that there will be an excuse for the failure of that. If these people, they know that they have no capacity to mobilize for their candidate, they would have gone to the candidate and said, sir, you know, we won't lie to you. That 40,000 city capacity, sir, we cannot. I even offered, I can give them money to hire those from Bayelsa, Delta, Akwa Ibom. They can bring and fill the place.
Is that allowed in politics?
Most of them, most of the crowd you see, they report from outside and don't come and fill the place. But it's when you will see the crowd. No, but let me tell you, they are not honorable men. They would have gone to their leader, Civico, sir. Okay, apply to us again. Give us the smaller stadium. I will give. But even at that, I know they have no capacity. So in order not to expose themselves, they created this scenario that, in fact, I can tell you one thing. Dr. Bie Sakibo, who is the chairman of the president, told somebody that, look, that they are even happy when I revoked the approval, that they are very happy.
You have that on good authority.
I can tell you, I don't want to put, he knows. I haven't said it now. He knows he told the person. But they can't tell their principal They cannot tell. And as an honorable man, what you have done, let them know this is your own capacity. Don't go too high, something you know you cannot do. My local government is highly registered, is the highest in the state. All right? Okay. What influence do they have to come and tell my people here what to do? What influence? You see, there are politicians who are paper tigers. They are paper tigers. When you see them, former minister, senator, this, and that makes you people say, oh, you know, you cannot talk with these people. It's not true. Do their people love them? What did they do when they were there? When I was a minister of state in that matter, the state felt my impact. The state felt my impact. When I was chairman of local government, I was the best in this state. Yes. It was known all over. So you were a minister. What was the impact in the state? They don't know two ways about it. You can't be, you see what I say about relevance. You are a minister. What did you use it for? Tell me who and who. Who did you make in your state? I can beat my chest and say, look, when I was there, 25 people did this. I can sit here, name them one by one. I can sit as I'm here as a governor of the state. Who has he built? I can name them one by one. That's what they call relevance. When he was the Minister of Transport, before he was sacked by Obasanjo, asked him, even to bring one small jet in his local government, did he bring? So why do you think people would regard you? It's not when you have a public position. You just center it between you and your family. People watching you, okay, no problem. When the time comes, you and your family come and do it. That is why you see this jealousy back belly. I have touched everywhere. All local government, all.
And I think that's the point.
Let's talk about that, yes,
Yes,
because
yes.
we can see that you are all decked out.
Yes.
And you already told us you are headed for Thai.
Yes, yes.
Let's put you in a campaign mood
Yes, yes.
from home.
Yes.
Can you share the experience with us?
Oh, it's very fantastic.
Has that been anywhere you went to and you were booed?
No, how?
You
You know, you see the way you see how happy I am. There's no one local government. There is a competition, so to speak. It's a competition. Because I'm going to Thai today. What will I tell people at Thai? If I do not do anything, what will I go and tell them? You are coming to tell us to vote here. You are leaving. Did you do anything for the people of Thai?
So what
I did roads. So as I go there today, the people of Thai, did I tell you I will do this? Have I done it? Yes.
Are you likely to make more promises?
Of course. No, my own is not promise, don't keep it. No. Promise made, promise that's why I say we're changing the narrative in governance. People don't have confidence that you mean government can say they will do this and they're doing it. Okay, look at, take for example, when I went out for the law school, some people came, oh, it's a lie. He cannot build law school. On a record time, I built law school 10 months. Unprecedented. The best of it in the country. Go and check it. From foundation. I tell people, I want to do this. People, you see, Nigerians or the electorates feel happy. Have you seen a politician who will go to a local government and begin to ask, is there anybody who will say, I've not done anything in this local government? Let the person say it now. What do you have when they say Calabar we are making? I say, you are lying. You are lying. As I sit here, I say, Degema, see what I've done. Tombia, you have a school. Didn't I do it? They say I did. Bakara, I have a school. They say I have it. Harriston, didn't I do a school? They say I did. I said, did I not Sanfidia area to get more land for the air claim? I did it. Have I not finished Marywood school? I did. Do you understand me? Have I not connected road to the 6 communities? Takama, Minama, Kangemama, call them. They say yes. What makes, why will you not be happy?
So are we likely to see more project inaugurations before May 29?
Of course. In fact, we are starting on Monday. We are flagging off the M1 to Amadama Junction. On Tuesday, we are flagging off the dualization of Ahuda to Omok by Julius Berger the 2. Then on 21st, I'm going to Ogubolo to commission Pogo Wakama Road. On 23rd, I'm commissioning Iloabuchi Road and Aboroma Road.
So
after election, of course. That's why the people are so happy. They are so happy. These people in Abuja, what would they, let me tell you something. Just look at them. Look at the names. They have not even been looking. Senator Lee Meba was in the Senate. He was chairman of Senate Committee, either upstream or downstream. He was the one that made the PIPP would have been passed before now. He was the one that made it not because he knows what he did. Now ask him, what did he bring to a senatorial district? What did he bring? Let me say one thing. What did he bring? Abia was minister. What did he bring to Rivers Film? What project? So, you see, it will be difficult. It will be very, very difficult. Look at me as a governor. And so look at how proud I am that I have done something. Let one local government come and say, sir, you've not done anything in our local government. The world is hearing. This is a full national television. If you are from Ogubolo, say so. If you are Mokrika, say so. If you are from Andoni, say so. If you are from Popokoro, say so. If you are from Boni, challenge me. If you are from Degema, Okrika, Akukutoro, Asaritoro, Abuodua, Ahuda East, Ahuda West, Onelga, challenge me. Or you are from Eche or Moma, or Ikwe local government, or Emo, or Potagora, or Biamo, let them challenge me.
It's interesting how you've named the
yes. Let them challenge me.
You have the entire state in your power.
Because that is why it's easier for me.
Yeah, but
I can tell you what I did in each local government. I don't need to have the record here. I did it. I supervised it.
All right. If you cast your mind back the last 8 years, is there anything you would have thought maybe I could have done this differently from the way I did it?
What you see in life, there are so many things you want to do. First of all, time will not allow you, and the resources. One thing that I'm living off is that I have not accomplished, really, is Port Harcourt not, we used to have, that's what we're trying to do, but we've not gotten to that level yet, is the issue of sanitation. We have improved. And that's why you can see today, if you are coming to Port Harcourt, you can see how neat. But that does not mean that that is the area. Because Port Harcourt is where everybody wants to go to. The city so clean and the rest. I have said that I will bring it back to that level. But I have not fully achieved it. I will not say here now that yes, I've accomplished that the way I said I was going to do it. So I believe with my successor, knowing fully well that our dream is to bring Port Harcourt back the way people saw it as the garden city of Nigeria. We still have to do that. We have tried in terms of infrastructure. Now listen, when I started the flyovers, you were hearing comments of what economic sense is this, of what this is this. It's an abandoned project. 2019, in my second tenure. Today, 12 flyovers, 2019 till now, 4 years. 4 years. Tell me where any state has set that record. 2019 now, 12 flyovers, not constructed by any company, by Julius Berger. I'm not sure they work in your state. I'm not sure that you have them in your state. I'm not sure they have them. I go for the best. I go for the best. I'm sure as you are coming, see how you are flying like this, as if you are overseas. It's not true. As you fly, you come down. You fly as you come down. The same thing I criticize it. I just see them the way they drive. Look at this. See how they are enjoying it. Port Harcourt have changed. Inside them Instead of them to commend you, yes, he has done well here. They will still say, yeah, if you go to Port Harcourt, he has not done what. And then you begin to ask yourself, it's not the Port Harcourt that came back yesterday. How can you tell me that nothing has happened? That is politicians who have no conscience at all. No truth, no integrity. Yes.
We know that the people of Thai are waiting for you. We don't want to...
And they are hearing me too.
Well, they are hearing you too. And I'm sure the more they hear you, the more ecstatic the crowd will become. So we don't want to encourage you to keep them in the sun for too long. In 2 minutes, just summarize things for the people of Rivers State, particularly having at the back of your mind the national outrage over the issue of new naira and maybe campaigns as well. For me, what's my interest about the state's concerned? Everybody should know that we have only one state, and that state is Rivers State. We have no other state to go to. Therefore, the unity of this state is paramount. This election is not a do or die affair. No sane person will support violence. Because if you want to support violence, your own people can also be killed. So why would you support it? Are you sending your people to be killed? No. But people should play according to rules. I mean, you see somebody come out to say, I will not obey this order. Come on. And as a sitting government, somebody dares you to say, we will obey this order, this law. It is never acceptable. So, Rivers State have been peaceful. They know whom to vote for. Whether in governorship, they know. So there's no need of people creating an atmosphere of fear. An atmosphere that Rivers State is going to be violent. No way. Mind you, you have seen people attacking INEC office. Has it happened one day in this state? Has it ever happened? You see people go to burn public places. Has it ever happened? Even when under anti-SARS. Look at what happened in other areas. You see, that's why I say people create this atmosphere to give impression that the place is not safe. I have seen people, look at the former Minister of Transport. You see him coming on television, demarketing his state. Assuming do not consider that your state has some problem. Are you the one to demarket your state? Assuming do not consider. So we don't have any other state. All I appeal to our people, play according to rules. God gives power. But we know we also contribute. But God uses people to put people in power. God uses us to elect people. So power comes from God. He gives it to whom he wants to give it, but through people. Because God does not vote. Okay. You understand? God does not. So everybody should know that. 9 days to election.
9 days to election is like tomorrow.
Yes. You appeal to the people.
I'm appealing to them to do it quietly, calmly. Vote and go back home and wait for the announcement of the result by appropriate bodies.
And you're confident your presidential candidate will win?
So, vote according to your conscience and where you know that Rivers State will benefit. My paramount job is benefit of Rivers. I'm not here to satisfy anybody. I'm not here to satisfy anybody. I'm here to satisfy Rivers people. If I know that Rivers' interests will not be protected, I will not tell them to go there.
Thank you so much.
I'm not here to satisfy anybody.
Thank you so much. We wish you a successful campaign today in time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming. Thank you
For
very
the
much.
past 1.5 hours, we've had live with us here on 4 major television networks in Nigeria. The executive governor of Rivers State, His Excellency, Chief. Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
And of course, my colleagues there, can you imagine?
We can just introduce ourselves.
Yes.
Miriam, Coyote.
Miriam Vincent-Oko. Thank you so much. We really appreciate your time. Of course, Coyote, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
And of course, Mike.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good to see you again.
Thank you very much.
Right, my name is Ben Garvey. I'll see you around.